Hey everyone, how is everyone doing? Welcome back to the WC to Life on Purpose podcast. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. Thanks so much for coming back and listening and sharing and following. Happy March. It is March 2021. Wow. It seems like it was just 2020 last year. So you guys, I am excited to be your I'm excited to be your host. Yes, I am Karen Oliver, your host of the WC to Life Purpose on podcast. I am so honored that we have been growing. WC to Life has been growing and growing and growing, and I couldn't have done it without you guys. Thank you so much. But drum roll, please. Well, this month we are going to have a couple of guests come with us this month. There were some guests that did not get to join us in February. There was a lot of internet issues and a lot of power outages on last month in the surrounding areas, but we still got a chance to have a guest on our podcast, which was Tyrese Davis, and I'm pretty sure you guys heard her in my January podcast as well. So just a recap: January, the topic was promises. February, the topic was starting fresh and starting over. And so some of those guests that did not get to come and interview with us will be here, plus some new entrepreneurs, some new diverse and ladies that will be coming to speak with me this month in March. And the topic for this month it is who are you? Who are you and who is your brand? So we're going to be finding out about each individual and what stands behind their brand. Actually, you guys, today you are going to hear about myself and about my brand and how my brand defines me. And so, you guys, I'm excited about this topic as well because we need to let people know out there in community who we are, what our brand stands for, what our mission stands for, who are we trying to serve out there. I'm learning so many things about branding. I'm learning so many things about different materials even up to just last year. I feel like I've just learned so much within the last 5 years, but it's only been a year now since I have been just getting out there and sharing my brand, covering my brand with others, getting resources, even getting tips and advice from other professional business mentors, professional marketing strategists. It's just a lot when it comes to branding. And then on that side of it, on the other side of branding is who you are. Like I said, who are you trying to serve? Who what is your brand? How does your brand define you, and what is it that you want your brand to stand for? And so, you guys, for me myself, you guys who have been following the podcast since May of 2020, and others who have joined in and shared, WC to Life stands for Women Committed to Life. I shared a little bit of my story on my podcast at the end of May. I shared a little story about myself and how I wanted to start the podcast and why I started the podcast. But let's just talk about the brand aspect and how the brand defines me. So, WC to Life, Women Committed to Life. I started off as Women Committed to Life. I started looking into branding material more and more and so forth. Women Committed to Life was abbreviated to WC to Life. And I knew that my brand was going to be established for a coaching firm. And so I knew that life coaching, health, and nutrition coaching was something that I was definitely going to target. So again, one my first implementation for my coaching business was my podcast. You guys, if you're following me on my Instagram, on my business Instagram, or my LinkedIn, or even either my business Facebook page, you guys know that I had shared a couple weeks ago about branding and about how to brand your podcast, and I still have information, and I still would do a teaching on that if anybody is interested in how to podcast your brand. Meaning that there are so many ways and so many things that you can get your brand out there. So that was really one of my first implementations before I even start building my website, start checking into resources. While I was building my website, I was actually going to school and learning different things. I was going to two health nutrition schools actually at the time. So I was busy last year. I was pretty much busy last year. And then I also got certified and got a diploma in life coaching and purpose coaching, as well as career coaching. So they're kind of like all under the one umbrella, just like health and nutrition is too. So when people think of health and nutrition, they think of, oh, well, I'm already working out and I'm getting fit, and that's good. That is awesome. But I don't want people to bring health and nutrition as one because they're separate. So that's why it's health and nutrition, life coaching. So actually, they're separate from the two. So when we talk about health, it deals with defining your health. How is your health? What health stage are you in? Or do you have any health? Do you have any health issues? Do you? Excuse me, you guys. My phone rang. Do you have any health issues? So health is very broad. Nutrition is very broad. But they, even though they're under one umbrella, they're separate. And so I noticed that a lot of people kind of get that mixed up and they try to put health and nutrition together when it's separate. That's why it's health and nutrition. And so I've been a person who always liked to help people. I've been a person who always loved to advocate for people. Um, so who am I serving? I'm serving patients. I'm serving um, clients who don't know why they're here, don't know what they're doing in life. I'm looking for purpose seekers. I'm serving purpose seekers, patients to live a better health and lifestyle, not just physically but mentally and emotionally. So it all ties in together. I do target on career coaching as well. Career coaching for me is more of your purpose, and that's why I define purpose coaching, because when you think of purpose, and then your purpose is your career, your purpose is your whole being of what you're going to do for the rest of your life, and it's the calling that you need to do for the rest of your life. So when you think of career, I always think of career as a level of a young adolescence, someone who is coming up in middle school and high school and on their way to college, or they can already be in college, or they can be out of college as well, but they don't know what career path and they don't know what their purpose is. They may take a career, or they may have a degree in one career or multiple careers, but they're like, okay, what's my purpose in this? And so that's who I serve. And WC to Life, my brand defined, and it's WC to Life Coaching Dreams. I'm sorry, you guys, that's my brand. I know I just kept saying WC to Life because that is the name of our podcast, WC to Life on Purpose. But WC to Life Coaching Dreams, Inc., it defines who I am, because I'm a woman that's committed to life. And there are a lot of women out there from different ethnic backgrounds, from different diverse countries and nationalities that have a goal, they have a passion, they have a gift, they have a purpose. There's a reason why they are here on this earth. And my mission is just to connect connect and deliver and to help motivate people to activate the purpose in them. That's the whole mission behind it. And I have been honored just to connect and talk with so many women from different countries, different states within the United States, that either they have ideas or they're already their own boss or they're entrepreneur or they have multiple diverse jobs going on within their career, within their life, within their purpose. And my mission is to motivate you to activate that purpose, that dream, and just go for it. Go for it and run for it. I would say, just for myself, I didn't activate what was in me until last year. And I know we talked about this too, you guys, on my podcast on last year about how we were doing even in the pandemic, how s- things just stopped around the world so we can get going and so we can get up to the speed with our purpose. I've always been a person with the gift of helps even before last year. I've always been that mentor. I've always been that coach even before I start walking into my purpose. But the thing about it is I didn't really see what was in front of me until last year, you guys, until last year around this time. So March the 18th will pretty much be the anniversary when my purpose sinked in and I started digging, I started researching, I started getting up and fulfilling my dreams. And not only that, w- there were some things even in my personal life, you guys, that I had to pretty much just let go of. There was people that I couldn't talk to anymore. And not to say that that's a bad thing or a mean thing because it may sound bad to some people, but that's true. In life, there are certain things and certain people that you have to pull away from to continue on to your destiny, to continue on to your purpose, to continue on to your dream, and to do whatever you need to do because there are dreams in life and there are things on the shelf, as I have explained before, that are still sitting on the shelf because we're fearful of, well, this person may not listen, or that person, or what if people don't accept the gift or what I have in my hand? What if someone don't accept my brand, or they don't really if they can't really understand the mission? The importance of it is you have to attract the right people. And the thing about it is that the right people are gonna be attracted to your brand because again, our brand defines who we are. Just like I just told you guys who WC to Life was and why it defines me and what I want to do with it. That's who I am. And so, we're going to talk about branding later on, in the month. We're going to get to that even when we talk to our guests or whatever. And I may even share some things too about branding. But the first step is to defining who you are before you define, your brand and what your brand needs and who you want to serve, who you want to attract or whatnot. And so I hope this helps you guys. And I know that it's a lot of us that have wonderful ideas. We have wonderful branding content, but you want to know that it's for you. You're saying, okay, yeah, that's me. I'm sure. And sometimes we rebrand. It's normal to rebrand more than once because when you're adding things to your business or you're adding things to your ideas, you're like, okay, wow, okay, so if I'm putting this section into my business or I'm adding something to my business, I want to make sure that my branding defines everything that I have under my brand and that people and customers and clients can target to it. Will they be able to see the effects of my brand and who I am? And that is so important because that's what we want to be able to put out there to the community. We want to be able to put that out there to the world that, yeah, she's passionate about her brand. She's passionate about what she's doing and how she's serving people. And so that's what you want to be confident in. You want to be confident in what you're putting out there in society, into the world. And so I'm hoping that this helps someone out there. When I'm just thinking about just now, I was just thinking about, like I said before, you guys, like it's all year, and it's just like, wow, I did all of this and I researched so many things, and not just researching my purpose, not just walking into my purpose, but there were some things that I had to clean up with inside myself. And I'm talking about me, you guys, but there were some things that I had to clean up with inside myself. And again, let some people and some things go. And I just kept moving. I just kept moving day after day, night after night, writing down in my journal, writing down in my business planner, um, keeping tabs and notes on my goals, making sure that I was being consistent and sticking with the plan, being consistent if something didn't work, or and in this life, you guys, we're going to make mistakes. So when you're going through the planning process and when you're building your empire, there are going to be mistakes. And you'll be like, okay, well, I'm gonna work on this and I'm gonna try to eliminate this. I just had to really eliminate some things and do some things just a couple of days ago to my site, because I had to look at it from a prospect's preference, and I had to step outside and be like, okay, so what will this client see, or what will this customer see? Um, how are they gonna, see this as beneficial, professional, and will they be able to read my mission statement, and will they be able to understand it? That's the thing. So I had to tweak some things here and there. I even rebranded my logo twice, because I wanted my logo to define who I was, who my brand was, and who I'm serving. Those are the three things. And so, you guys, I'm hoping that this makes sense. And I'm pretty sure that we're going to hear stories out there. Everybody has a different story, everybody has a story to tell. So, you guys, if you have any feedback or you would love to comment and you want to share, who you are, and whether you have a brand or not, or whether you just have an idea or not, please still share with WC to Life on Purpose. You can go to our podcast website and you can share your feedback, and you can even comment on the podcast as well. You can send an email or whatnot. I will get it, or someone else will get it and give me your message. And we love to hear comments. We want to hear your feedback. Again, if you know someone else that would be beneficial, that this will be beneficial to, please share. And so, you guys, I'm excited about what is definitely going to go on this month. I'm so excited about the different new avenues, the new different um, um, things that we're going to do, even with the podcast on this year. And I want to hear from you guys. And so, you guys, again, we're going to have some awesome, awesome guests coming to interview with us, and they're going to share their own story. They're going to share their own brand, and they're going to show, what how their brand made them and how their brand defined them. And so, you guys, thanks so much for listening. Once again, I can't thank you guys enough for being on this journey with me. Again, May the 21st will be a whole year that WC to Life on Purpose has been out there and nationwide. We are on all platforms. We're on a station called Verbal Station. I'm excited about that. So again, if you don't have the podcast apps downloaded, you can go to theverbal.com. You can go anywhere and listen to WC to Life on Purpose. But again, we also want to hear you guys' story. And if you have something to tell, please share with us. Visit the site or leave comments on the podcast. And so I hope you guys have a wonderful, 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 great week ahead. And we will see you guys again next week for another episode. Bye.